that mistake in terms of like low-level players where they do a shallow matchup analysis where they say like, oh, this character has a reflector and this other character's neutral is based off a charge shot.
Yeah.
So clearly character with reflector wins because
well,
reflector beats that.
Hunt, by the way.
I missed this stage. A little, just a little, not that much.
I love this stage, but I understand why. The existence of Bayonetta on the top tree is like the most advantageous state there is in this game.
I mean, it's that and like poor Little Mac, poor, and also Rosa on this stage is also bonkers, right?
This stage, man.
Because when you kill Luma, what Rosa can do is she can just keep going from the tree to the bush and upping back and forth, and it can be so hard to intercept her at that height. But anyway, what was I talking about? Shallow matchup analysis.
Yeah.
Yes. So the issue is players look at just a single interaction in a vacuum and say, well, reflector beats projectile, so reflector character wins. But what happens is all it just becomes is another coin to flip in this matchup, where if you reflect and they don't fire it, then you die. And if they get you to not want to reflect all the time, they can still shoot you with their charge shot and kill you. It doesn't make you immune. It doesn't happen on reaction.
Yeah, it's just a counter option, but you still have to play the game right. You have to play the matchup right.
Yeah. And we're going to see that here with, like, this is the reason why Rosa is considered to do really well against a lot of zoning characters, but actually often they end up being closer than they might appear. And wow!
With the, oh my god.
That bowling ball from the other end of the screen, wow.
Yeah.
And
Luma got obliterated.
Ranai just content to just throwing out these slingshots at mid-range. Dabuz trying to do the same thing that Esam was doing, right? Just keeping his profile as low as possible as he approaches to make that slingshot as hard to connect as possible. And Ranai finding, once again, refuge on that ledge, just keeping as much distance between him and this Luma as possible. And there's the first look at that gravitational pull. Being able to get, and I like that right there, Dabuz didn't do it again. He recognized the fact that this was probably going to be Ranai trying to get some sort of bait, so he approached
got the jump,
void.
forcing that early up B too.
Yeah.
It just seems difficult. Ranai's kind of feeling things out, trying to see how he could force some options from Dabuz. Not only is gravitational pull a factor, but sometimes Luma's just there in the way. Like,
yes,
you know, just
you could just eat a slingshot, yeah. Oh my goodness, just the up tilt of the Luma's beating the down air attempt by Ranai. And Dabuz playing the spacing game very carefully. He's only doing gravitational pull, and he's certain that Ranai won't be able to interfere with him.
Okay, you know, just nice movement from Ranai and how he's going between the platforms, staying at a safe distance because he knows Dabuz is trying to do a gravitational pull and then punish a, you know, an unsafe approach.
Yeah. And right now, actually, when you look at it, Ranai does have the percent lead, right? When we're 2 minutes into this game, this is a potential for a timeout set given the pace of this neutral, and that would be the right call for Ranai right now, given that he is staying so sparse, not letting him get hit by any of Dabuz's counterplay.
Yeah, I definitely agree with the timeout in this matchup.
Yeah, because, I mean, gravitational pull is annoying, but it doesn't hurt Villager at the end of the day.
Yeah, you don't need to get the kill. You just need your damage.
And right there baiting out the air dodge and immediately punishing it with the axe. Not going to kill, but look at that damage on Rosa.
Wow, I like that with just the slingshot and then the falling turnip, just in case you got a little antsy and drop your shield. That definitely would have killed there.
Extra bit of pressure.
Oh, man.
And that courage immediately just using the Lloyd as the assist that it is. It's a summon a garbage doubles partner is what Lloyd is, right? They're a distraction, but that's all you need is just that distraction, and you do the rest yourself.
That clutch summon.
Right now, yeah, getting a lot out of these Lloyds. Dabuz respecting it and not going for gravitational pull every time, but then it just becomes a mix-up, right? It just, gravitational pull becomes another layer to it.
And you know, one thing that's worth mentioning in this sort of matchup, it's way more likely that the character that has the player of the character that's at a disadvantage state has done way more homework in how to approach this matchup.
That is absolutely true, yeah, because this is one of their problems, right? So like this is something that after Genesis 3, you know Ranai went home and thought real long and hard about what he was going to do next time he had to fight Rosalina in bracket. This is something he probably spent a day at least just thinking about.
Yeah, whereas, you know, when you're the character that wins the matchup, you're like, yeah, I know, I'm just going to do what I always do and win, but you know, you need to adapt to those countermeasures that are being brought out.
It's just like when there are players who they win the first time they run into someone in bracket, but they run in losers and lose that run back. And people ask, like, well, what happened? You beat him in winners. It's like, when I beat him in winners, I stopped thinking about the set because I won. He kept thinking about it because he lost.
Exactly. You know, really, it's, you know, you hold those L's close to your chest, man, sometimes, and you really just got to think on them.
And also, shout-outs to Dabuz getting that nice forward air stage by just rushing up against the very edge of Battlefield.
Oh, man.
Ooh!
Oh, this movement.
Very slick stuff. And right now, yeah, Ranai is absolutely playing to threaten out timeout. Only a minute 40 left on the clock. I very much approve of this style. I mean, this is what you got to do. A lot of times, the answer to somebody who's playing defensive is to be defensive right back at them and harder than they are.
All right, he's going to put a chop on the tree.
Ooh, gets the close hit of fair.
All right, the options there. This is going to force a high recovery, most likely. Okay, just drifting.
Yeah, he just managed to drift just barely out of range of that axe read because, I mean, Ranai read that drift too. He axed in that direction. Ranai, manages to call out the correct timing for the air dodge, touches ground, and gets the triple turnips right before the...
He said nice gravitational pull, but why don't you pull this turnip to your dome?
Gravitational pull some turnips. I like it. But that's exactly it. You can't, it's not a free get out of jail. It doesn't just erase the projectile and you're perfectly fine. You died for that because he was standing a little too close to the edge. All the other times he had gravitational pulls that Lloyd, Dabuz was further back, closer to stage, more under that like first layer of platforms, right? Yeah. This time he was a little overextended and Ranai knew it and actually pounced.
Yeah, the lips of there's those corners of Battlefield are slightly thinner at the ledges there than other stages. Yeah. So able to capitalize on that, and as we were saying time and time again, measures and countermeasures, and that's what we saw there to end it all.
We're seeing a lot of, I mean, knowing both of these players, especially like Dabuz, and knowing for being just his own coach with the sheer weight of analysis he does for himself, and like watching VODs all over the world, like these are two players who are going into this prepared with a battle strategy, and right now we're seeing them clash into each other. Like Ranai went into this expecting, I'm going to threaten timeout.
Yeah, and just played his game plan throughout. But right now we're seeing the town and city pick, and again, this is going to be an interesting dichotomy. Of course, we do have those blast zones that, you know, Rosa will be killing people off early.
Yeah.
But this is a very long stage. It's a lot of space for Ranai to work with, especially if he wants to stick to that game plan of the timeout.
Yeah. What I think what Dabuz is hoping for is when he does get his hits in on Ranai, he can make them count a lot more on this stage, so that the percent deficit can't get as large as it can on Battlefield, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Because like Ranai was able to live into like the 140% last game because the huge blast zones made it so hard to find the right kill on him. Whereas Villager with his huge kill power just in essentially any position would be able to close out the stock more reliably earlier.
Oh.
And that Luma is dead, it already screamed out. I like that Dabuz already retreated though, recognizing the fact that without Luma backup, he was going to have a harder time pressuring Ranai.
Oh yeah, kind of sniffed out the roll there, but couldn't get anything too substantial. You know, Villager's punishes are not that incredible.
And right now,
it's a bowling ball.
I do like just the ever-increasing approach of those Lloyd rockets, right? First he did it at like a mid-range, then slowly Ranai did it closer and another gravitational pull, and then was like, okay, I know where you're going with this, and he just walked up and hit Ranai during his third one.
One thing I want to point out, notice that Dabuz is opting to not pressure Ranai at all off stage. He said, you know, I'm not going to win this battle, you know, at the ledge against Villager. It's really just not very likely to happen. So just sticking with being on stage and just controlling it.
I mean, the choice makes sense. He just got to watch Esam fight Ranai, and if Esam's Pikachu had trouble keeping up with Ranai off stage, I question whether a Rosa could do it. Oh, wow, the Luma just barely able to act before Ranai could get his punch for the gravitational pull. I like that fake-out presence by just Luma, right?
Yeah, just the threat of Luma.
Yeah, it forced Ranai to not even get to follow up, and Ranai didn't even get the chance to hit the Luma because he was so scared at any moment the hitbox would come out.
Okay. Oh, Dabuz was so busy thinking about, okay, how am I going to get around this tree or axe, that he just got hit by the most obvious one, the hashtag nice back air.
It's the clubhouse setup. You just hide in your tree house and you hit him with your slingshot. No girls allowed.
No girls allowed. Oh my goodness. And you know, Ranai just holding onto the stock right now.
And this is a similar story we saw to the last game. Dabuz just looking for some way now he has to just close out the stock now, which is a lot harder to ask for than just getting a percent lead in a timeout scenario. And in all the while, Ranai just getting his happy little pellets in. Oh, but able to find this jab combo. Not going to kill, though, but it's getting a lot closer. And just like you said, Dabuz focusing on just pressuring ledge in this situation. Knowing that Ranai could react and say, go under the stage to the other side of Town and City. And that looks like Ranai looking to fake out right there. Dabuz not falling for it, though.
Actually, I like that. He's taking the most time that he can, and every time he recovers.
Oh, that's right. That's brilliant, actually. Every single time he's sent off stage, he's actually taking away another 5-10 seconds off that clock. It's not quite blinking, but it's close.
Yeah, I mean, it's not my fault my recovery takes such a long time. You know?
You're avoiding old culpability. You get to stay one of the player heroes. Oh, wow, that back off with that nair just fantastic.
Oh my God.
Wow, the call-outs on both ends.
Almost got hit.
If that down tilt was a moment later.
Do you know how much a bowling ball falling on your toe would hurt if that traded with that down tilt? That would kill.
That would kill in real life.
IRL,
yeah.
man.
You don't mess with that. Dabuz finding that first stock, but actually the Lloyd Rocket hitting Villager while it swirls around Rosalina. Interesting interaction there. And now actually Dabuz riding a little bit of momentum, but going to take quite a bit and only a minute 50 to find the 70% from somewhere. I mean 80%.
Wow, and you know, Dabuz tried to call out a jump towards the stage, but Ranai just stayed where he was. He didn't even move.
And just having that composure of Ranai to occasionally just hold his ground suddenly, making it so hard to guess what tempo he's playing, and all the while the threat of that...
Jesus.
Almost
Almost got up smashed.
Oh my God, that up tilt protecting the dome.
Oh my God.
And right there, Dabuz, Ranai
So
recognizing the fact that like if he didn't air dodge and that up air had connected, he would have died. So just like went for the air dodge, hoping that if he came out and Dabuz read it, it wouldn't have killed him. And right there, the Lloyd Rocket explosion taking out Dabuz. Dabuz.
Oh man.
Dabuz's face looking a little distraught at the end of that, calling a timeout, knowing Dabuz, his laptop is his coach. Oh, no, it's his own voice recording, right? He actually plays recordings of himself talking into his phone, if my memory is correct.
Wait, really?
If my memory is correct, we see him pulling up his phone, right?
What if he just puts on some, like...
Well, we can see him. We see where he's going. He's going into Messenger?
We see 2B as the background. Nice choice.
Nice choice, okay.
Excellent waifu. Oh, it looks like he's going to call someone?
Oh, is he calling a friend? Oh, who's he calling? He is calling somebody. Okay, I guess he's approving who his coach is with the TO right now. Also, shout-outs to 5-Hour Energy.
All right, do we got Bear on deck with the Febreze, though? He can't even Febreze the coach. This is not fair.
Yeah, he can Febreze the phone. It's even worse. Are you kidding? You're not out a couple $100 if you're... It does look like he has a case on his phone, though, so he probably won't actually get any malfunctions on it, but Febreze is... You know, you Febreze, in this situation, you Febreze the Buzz. It's like a cat. When your cat's being bad, you don't even need the actual Febreze. You just squirt some water in his face. It's like now you're in the tropics.
Hang up now.
Bad.
I mean, it's just a win-win. You enforce the rules while keeping everyone smelling so fresh and, you know, vibrant. You
know, if we actually had deodorant as our spray of choice for too long at coaching.
That'd be funny.
And then didn't tell people how long the coach limit was, so we got to spray them excessively.
No, not spray deodorant. You just throw a stick of deodorant at them if they take too long.
Yo, I am all about that. You know what I'm waiting for? Smash GG. They put out hand sanitizer. I want Smash GG deodorant.
That'd be pretty nice.
There is a market for that.
You know, just the smell of like...
It could be a pre-order bonus, right? Like pre-reg bonus, a free stick of deodorant if you register for the tournament by the early bird time.
Yeah, and we could have some like nice flavors like Komura Kiri, like...
That you can sign it?
Yeah.
That would be really nice.
All right, so we're going back to Town and City. You know, looks like we'll see much of the same game plan. Ranai staying close to the ledges here, playing his game. You know, just that war of attrition that we've been seeing.
Right now, though, Dabuz actually taking control of the tempo right now. Whoever he called had some really good advice for him. And, yeah, he has the lead, and he's like, okay, I know we're playing to the clock right now. I'm going to let you come to me now.
Wow, and I like the spacing on those
slingshots.
Slingshots right over Luma.
Those are some trick shots. Yeah, like you have to headshot Rosa in order to get those pellets to connect now.
Luckily, Rosalina is very tall.
Yeah, she has a lot of head space.
Yeah. But we're seeing kind of a new Dabuz here just in how he's controlling things so far.
Yeah, and I do love this change too. And like this is such a huge deal for him also to finally be able to take the early game momentum so that he can finally be forcing Ranai to be approaching as opposed to the alternative.
Okay, does take Luma out there, so what are we going to see from Ranai?
And actually, Dabuz going in without Luma, and this is kind of dangerous right now. So little percent separating these two, and I think Dabuz knows it, which is why he's going in.
It is the mix-up. Whenever a Rosalina loses Luma, a lot of people will think, okay, now let me go in, and then they just dash up and grab you.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it's just, and that just puts a lot of time, you know, back towards you getting Luma back. So I actually really like an offensive play.
It's like a wake-up grab in any fighting game. It's such a confident play that players don't expect it from somebody who should be scared given their current situation.
Oh, if he gets, yeah, he was
those
going
power
for
shields.
Yeah, he was going for jab, axe.
Yeah, right against the tree, just like you were saying. But he catches the recovery.
Right when the tree is dying, he did have the axe to just cut down
Ranai, Dolphin Hunter, right there with that slash.
All right, good. I really like using the Lloyd Rock up there to stall. That's just a situation where you don't want to take an up air. And Ranai in tip-top shape right now.
And again, just content to now play his own game. Being the mayor can't fill, but ends up
I hate to see that type of thing happen.
I see everybody in the streaming backstage, they all like, oh no! As soon as that happened, and immediately the game evens up just for that.
Dabuz really wants that game 4.
I mean, when you were one of the very first American players to actually take out Ranai, you want to keep that going, right? You don't want to ever fall to him again.
It makes you wonder what that coach said to him. He was like, hey, why don't you just jank him out with some up airs?
It's like, but I tried at the end of the last game. It's like, no, but
just do it again.
But do it and it will work. It's like, okay, and it worked.
Got him.
I mean, it could have also just been moral support. Like, that is so important. That is an important aspect of coaching that gets overlooked, is having just that extra bit of emotional stability that it offers, it's not just tactical stability.
Hey, man, you can do it. Just stay calm.
Yeah.
You know, do what you got to do. You know, you're one of the best.
Right now, Dabuz doing a really solid job of keeping this landing pressure on Ranai, taking, again, a little bit of a lead. Not enough for him to really comfortably camp out on. And he's trying to keep mixing it up right now, doing interesting nairs right in front of Ranai.
Okay, using it because, you know, people's jab does beat Lloyd Rocket. You can just jab it and it will kill it. So it's very interesting that just using that nair to take it out and also apply some pressure makes it so that he can't really roll, too.
Oh, yeah, it makes it so he can't roll. And then, of course, the Luma hit component of the nair is also taking out the Lloyd Rocket for him. There's just covering so many different options for Ranai in that situation. Oh, wow, really clean air there. Again, sailing right over this Lloyd Rocket. And
wow.
I do like the way that he's challenging Lloyd Rocket now, not confining himself to just thinking in terms of blocking or gravitational pulling it. Oh, Luma looks like got hit before the force smash came out. Oh, here comes the scary stuff. Luma dead, tree up. Dabuz knows what's at stake and immediately starts trying to kill that tree.
Get away from my tree!
Yeah.
Uh-oh, this is a bad situation.
Oh, and he gets clipped just in his legs. Just like you were saying.
The first time he was forced to recover low that entire set.
Yeah.
And pays the ultimate price, a bowling ball to the head.
Yeah, and like, you